I warmly welcome to all in session 3 of our certificate course in IT project management. In this session, we will explore the interact process involving in planning, executing, and overseeing technology project to achieve specific goals within the time and budget constraint. Okay, so whether you are managing small scale project or large scale complex initiatives, understanding the project life cycle is crucial. Today, we will dive deep into the five core phases of the project life cycle. Those are initiation, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and the last one is closing. We will also discuss the execution, monitoring, and controlling and closing. We will also discuss the importance of phase gates and how regular project review can ensure that your project stays on track, mitigate risks, and is ready to move to the next phase. Let's now deep into these sessions. So, so let's begin by defining, the what is the project life cycle. The project life cycle is a structured framework that guides a project manager through the necessary stages required to take a project from inception to success completion. These life cycles serves as a roadmap providing a clear path through which all project must navigate to reach their goals. The life cycle include all stages from the inception of an idea to the final implementation. It is designed to help project managers and their team activities specific objective by following a systematic approach that breaks down the project into manageable phases. This uh, structure plan is essential for maintaining control over the project and ensure that all deliverables are met on time and within a budget. Okay, so let's see the five the project life cycle phases. So every project, regardless of size or complexity, goes through several key stages from start to finish. These stages, known as the project life cycle phases, ensure that project progress in a structured and orderly fashion. These five main phases are initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and controlling and closing. Now, the first phase is that the initiation phase. This is where you define the project goals, scope, budget, and timeline. It set the foundation for the entire project by aligning stakeholders on common objectives. Planning phase, that is second phase we can say here. Once the project has been initiated, the next step is the planning. Here, the project manager develops a detailed action plan that will guide the team through the execution of the project. Execution phase. This phase involves putting the plan into action. The project manager coordinates resources, including people, tools, and materials, to ensure that the team can work efficiently and meet the project's objective. The monitoring and controlling phase. as as the project is executed, it is crucial to monitor progress and control for any deviations from the plan. This phase ensures that the project stays on track within a scope and on budget. Closing phase. The final phase involves wrapping up all tasks, obtaining project acceptance from stakeholders, and achieving project record. It is the stage where project is formally closed. Now, let's see each phases in detail. Now, the initial phase marks the beginning of the project. It is crucial phase where the project scope and objective are defined. During this phase, the project manager must align all stakeholders on common goal to lay the foundation for a successful project. On the key deliverables of the initial phase is the project charter. This document outlines the purpose, goal, and the scope of the project. It also identifies the key stakeholders, team members, and provide initial estimate of the schedule and budget. Additionally, the project manager conduct a feasibility assessment to determine if the project is realistic and worthwhile. This assessment is crucial as it ensures that the project has a solid foundation before moving to the planning phase. Once the project has been initiated and the groundwork laid, the project enters the planning phase. This phase is all about creating detailed project plan that will, the guide the execution of the project. The planning phase involves determining the key scheduling detail, resource allocation, and identifying risks that could impact the project success. The primary goal of this phase is to develop a comprehensive roadmap that outlines how the team will execute at work. The roadmap includes defining tasks, setting milestones, and allocating resources. It is during this phase that the project manager makes use of software tools to gather and organize product ideas, features, and solutions. These tools helps creating custom, up-to-date roadmap that shows which features the team will build, when, and why. By the end of this phase, the project team should have a clear plan of action ready to move into the execution phase. With the plan in place, the project moves into the execution phase. This is where the project plan is put into action. The project manager plays a vital role in the coordinating resource including people, tools, and materials to ensure that the team can effectively execute the project task. Effective communication and coordination are a key during this phase as they help keep the project on track and ensure that all team members are aligned with the project goals. Collaboration tools are often used to track work activities and manage project progress. These tools ensure seamless project management across both the software and business team, accommodating each team's unique working style. The success of execution phase depends on how well project manager can keep the team focused and motivate to achieve project objectives. Now, as the project progresses throughout the execution phase, it is crucial to continuously monitor and control the project progress. The monitoring and controlling phase involves regular checking project performance against the plan to ensure that everything is on track and good. During this phase, the project manager identifies any deviations from the plan deviation from the plan, whether they are related to time, cost, or scope. If deviations are found, the project manager must determine the cause and take correction action. Tools such as status report, time tracking, budget report, risk management plans, and stakeholder review are used to monitor key metrics and milestones. Any necessary changes to the project plan are managed through formal change request process, ensuring that all stakeholders are informed and agree to the changes. Like we are changing from current state to the further state. Okay, this phase is vital for keeping the project within a scope and on budget. Now, after all project activities have been made, the project enters the closing phase. Right? This is where we are finishing our project. This phase marks the formal end of the project. During this phase, the focus is on getting the final approval and signing off from the stakeholders, conducting a post project review, and documenting lessons learned. Right? The closing phase mostly involves ensuring that all project deliverables have been completed to the satisfaction of the stakeholders. The project manager also closes any contract, relays project resource, and achieve all project documents for further reference. A key activity in this phase is the post project review, which for further reference. A key activity in this phase is the post project review, as I said, which assess the project success and identifies areas for improvement. This review helps promote a culture of continued learning and ensure that lessons learned are documented and shared from the benefits of future projects. Now, okay. Now let's see. What is phase gate? Okay. So phase gate process, also known as stage gate or the tall gate, is a structured approach that dives a project into smaller phase, is ending in a gate or decision point. At each gate, the project is reviewed to determine whether it is ready to move to the next phase. This process is often used in new product development, that we call NPD in short, and other complex project because it helps manage risks by ensuring that the project remains viable as it progresses. Each phase is designed to collect specific information and achieve certain goals. Each phase, each phase is like to design and collect as a specific information and achieve the certain goals with a cross-functional team collaborating to meet these objectives. The decision at each gate is based on what or whether the project has made the certain set for the phases. If the project is ready, it moves on to the next phase. If not, it may be revised, delayed, or even terminated. The system or the systematic method helps organization manage resources effectively and keep project on track. Now, as we can see, the phase gate methodology take a holistic or the big picture overview of product development. It breaks down the overall product into the phases. Okay, so each phase end with the review gate, where the person or a team evaluate how well it meets its goal and decision. Right now, if you can see here the image where we can see the phase 1 is there, and then there is a decision that we call, or a toll gate we can say, gate 1, and then we once the decision gate approved and or whatever the respected action has been taken, then we do move into the phase 2. After phase 2, we are again having a gate 2. So here we can say after every phase we do have a gate or toll gate where we do check. Okay, so this is how, by implementing the gate to tolerate or to avoid the risks. Okay, now now see, let's say the what are the steps in phase gate process. The phase gate process consists of several steps, each with its own scope, objective, and deliverables. These steps guide the project from its initial concept through to completion, with the gates providing checkpoints along the way. The process begins with setting the number of placement of gates at the beginning of the project lifecycle. These gates are strategically placed at points where the project team and the management can access the project status and risks. The timing of the gates depend on the size, complexity, and progress of the project. Now, if you do see the image over here, we do have scoping, business case, development, testing, and launching, right? Here you can say on each level or each phase, there we do have a gate where, like, you can say different like management is okay after getting the scoping of the project, right? So this is kind of here the checkpoint, we can say. then the business plan after the business case, that is the gate 2, that is again the checkpoint over here. Then we do have prototype, then we do have a final product, right? So these are the checkpoint that we call a gate over here. So each phase has a specific activities and deliverables that must be completed before the project can move to the next phase. The criteria for passing through a gate include meeting these deliverables, staying with budget, and effectively managing risks. By following the structure process, project managers can ensure that their project stays on track and meet their projects. Now, so let's see, what are the phases that we do have here. So the first phase, we can say, in first phase gate process, ideation or discovery. So phase 0, also known as we can say the ideation or discovery, is the first phase in the phase gate process. This phase is focused on generating idea and determine which project or product your organization might want to pursue. It involves brainstorming, mind mapping, and empathic designing to understand the need and desire of your target market. The team conducts preliminary analysis to explore opportunities and propose ideas. This might involve gathering feedback from customers, conducting market research, or analyzing competitors. The goal is to identify a market need and determine if your organization has the capability or capacity to meet the need with a new product or service. The gate for this phase is receiving approval from decision maker that the idea is worth pursuing, ensuring that it aligns with the organization strategy, goal, and has potential succeed. Now we do have phase 1, that we can say the scoping or a concept development. So in a phase 1, known as scoping and concept development, the focus is on gathering available data, conducting initial research about the idea. This phase involves performing a SWOT analysis to identify strength, that is S, weakness, that is W, O for the opportunity, and T for the threat associated with the project. Right. So the SWOT analysis helps to narrow the pool of the project and quantify the opportunity for your product. For example, the analysis might reveal that your product has a unique strength that add value for customers, or it might identify potential weakness that could limit development. Similarly, it might highlight opportunity in the market that your product could capitalize on, as a small as a threat from competitor or economic condition. Right. The goals of this phase is to assess the viability of the project and determine whether it is worth pursuing further. By the end of this phase, potential and be ready to move to the next phase, right? So by end, actually by the end of this phase, the project team they should have a clear understanding of the project potential and be ready to move on to the next phase, which involves building the business case and the plans. So if you see like the SWOT, you can use this the template which is has been already mentioned over here. I will share the link of that the PDF or the Excel format template to download it. Right, you can refer that one in the next slide, and you can download from there. Okay. Now, the phase 2 that we do have, building the business case and plan. The phase 2 is a critical stage in the phase gate process. This phase involves conducting in-depth research, analyzing the market and technical feasibility of the product, and creating a detailed designing and project plan. The goal is to justify the development of a new product and create a solid plan for its execution. The key element of this phase includes product, the definition and analysis, business analysis, and feasibility review. The product definition involves understanding user needs and wants, determine the value of customer, and identifying the key features and benefits the product should offers. Now, if you see the project plan or a business case, right? So this analysis also include assessing the market size and the growth rate, as well as the technical feasibility of developing the product. The business analysis involves the building a business case that justify the development of the product. This case includes the rationale for the project, the accepted return on investment, and any legal, health, and the safety requirement that must be met. The project plan outlines the task, milestone, resource, and timeline need to bring the product market. You can see the attach, link for the Gantt chart or the template that you can use it to draft your business case and the project plan in the later slide. Okay. At the end of this phase, the project team conducts a feasibility review to assess the likelihood of the project success. If the business case and project plan are solid, the project move into the next phase, that is the product development. Now, let's see the product development. So, phase 3 is where the project moves from planning to execution. This phase is always about the executing, the designing plans and starting the pilot production to turn your concept into reality. Cross-function framework or cross-function teamwork is essential during this phase, as it allows the project team to develop the product and bring it to market. Activities in this phase includes developing market plan, regularly reviewing and updating the project timeline, and developing the large-scale production plans. The team also gathers customer feedback and conduct user testing, right, to ensure that the product meets customer needs and expectation. That we do, the perform here the SMART goals. So in the SMART, S stand for specific, M for measurable, A for actionable, R for realistic, and T for time bound, are often used to govern development during this phase. These goals helps to ensure that the project stays on track and meet its objective. By the end of this phase, the product should be ready for testing and validating. Okay, so for the link also, I will provide the link where you can download the SMART goal template, where you can easily identify these SMART goals. Okay. Now, the phase 4 is the testing and validation. So phase 4 is all about testing and validating the product. This phase involves conducting various types of testing to ensure that the product is ready for launch. Testing might include near testing, where people familiar with the product look for bugs or issues. Field testing or beta testing, right, where the customer or partner provides feedback on the product. And market testing, where the product is tested in the market to assess its appeal to customers, right? So the goal of this phase is to fine tune the product and address any issue before it goes to market. By the end of this phase, the product should be in the final form with all the features and functionality it will have when it is launched. The gate reviews at the end of this phase appears the product and the sales and the marketing plan, allowing the project to move to the final phase. Okay, that we do say the product launching and marketing. Now, the phase 5 we do call the product launching and marketing. The final phase, right, of the phase gate process is product launching and marketing. This phase basically involving the launching the product into the market and implementing the marketing strategy. Key activities in this phase, they include the establishing the product price, determine the starting product volume, setting up distribution channels, and developing policies for production, inventory, and customer support. The launching also involves training the sales staff and generating customer demand through target marketing efforts once the product is launched, right? Once the and this concept you can apply on any IT project or any other kind of project. Like for in the IT product, if you have design and develop a kind of software, and this is where you have launch. After launching, you need to do the marketing, you need to see the supply channel, you need to see the volume and all those things, where you are going to sell, who will be your target customer and all those things. So this is where it is, these kind of phases is can be used in anywhere, right? So the launch also involves training the sales staff and generating customer demand through the targeting marketing efforts. So the once product is launched, the project team conducts a post-launch review to assess the project success. Right. This reviews looks at the key metrics such as the revenue, sales volume, and customer satisfaction, and identifies any issues that were not caught during testing. The post-launch review also provides the valuable insight into what was learned during the project and how the project can be improved for future projects. This final phase ensures that the project is successful, completed, and that is organization is prepared for future endorsement. Now, as a conclude, right, our in-depth session on IT project management, that is session third, we have explored the key phase of the project life cycle from initialization to the closing, right? And discuss the importance of phase gate is in the managing complex project, right? So by following this structured approach, project managers can guide their project to the successful completion, ensuring that they meet their goals and deliver value their stakeholders, right? So guys, thank you for joining us in this session, and we hope that the knowledge you gain, that it will help you in your future project management endeavors. Okay, so signing off, let's meet you tomorrow and let's catch up again. Okay.